Everybody. Drum roll, please. Why
It
do we
is
have a drum roll?
October. What? Why are you so
I
pitch
don't.
dark and I am
I don't know.
so overexposed?
I don't know.
This
Let
is
me see if I can
great.
change.
This is great pod so
Turn on
far.
additional lighting. There we go. And now I look human. Mostly, anyways. How's everybody doing? It's Friday night. Or maybe it's not, wherever you're listening. This is My Brother's an Idiot, and one of the idiots is off tonight. I'm sure he's going to be actually kind of upset he didn't get invited to this. But also, he's not that big of a baseball fan, and it's Friday night, and this podcast was supposed to happen a week ago when he was out of town anyway. So here we are. It is My Brother's an Idiot. We are off and running. It is Mark, and it is Dipshit. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm excited for baseball. Are you excited for baseball?
Not as excited as I was yesterday.
Yeah, my excitement did wane not insignificant amount over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, and not much drama to the end of that series. Unfortunately, it started like a pretty good game, and then it kind of faded. We will get into that in a little bit. We're going to talk about baseball today, and I hope that's okay with you. And if it's not, we're still going to talk about baseball. The playoffs started officially. The wild card round is over. The regular season for 2025 has become complete. Michaela, what are your big takeaways from the 2025 regular season? You saw a lot of baseball this year.
I saw a not insignificant amount of baseball. My big takeaways is that the Mets are objectively hilarious.
Yes,
Everything
very much
about that
so.
was very funny. Baltimore might be the most unlucky team in the world. They should have been good.
Yes.
Um, and then otherwise, we at the beginning of the season predicted that the NL West was going to be a slaughterhouse, and it really kind of was.
Yeah, but much
Um,
different than we expected, though, right?
yeah, not as bad as of a slaughterhouse as we expected. Still, relatively speaking, it's the only division with 4 teams that had at least 80 wins, and then also Colorado, but like
Who?
4 teams with at least 80 wins. Because
Yeah,
the
they were
Diamondbacks
they
were
were
bad, but then
stacked.
they made a push.
They did, and if they actually had a hot start with the free agents that they brought in. Remember, I don't know if you remember this early in the season, but there were a lot of people saying sell the team in Arizona back in May and June because they started off so terribly.
Right. They started so slow, and then they finally picked it up and caught up to what you and I thought they would be all season. But also, like Baltimore also sucked. So like,
God, they were bad. They were bad. We did get to see we being Matt and I and the progenitor did get to see a rare Orioles win though when we were out there.
yeah, 1 out of 75. Woo! Yay!
Yay! Seattle was a fun team this year. It continues to be.
Yes, they are. They were a great team. We can talk about them a lot more later. I have many things to say about Seattle.
I am absolutely certain that you do. Do you have any thoughts about the Rockies this year?
I'm glad that they came out and said that they're looking externally for a new manager. The Athletic put out a story yesterday, I think it was, that was like, here's we polled random executives across the league on what the fuck they would do with the Colorado Rockies. And they were like, boy, if they just put some money into research and like also scouted not shitty, maybe they would be good. I was like, this sucks to read.
I like that. What's his name? Walker. Is that his name? Walker is the new the guy that they brought in. The new Montford. Walker Montford. Is
Oh,
that him?
yeah, Walker, something like
He,
that.
he's like, yeah. I don't think anybody, and he didn't really say it this way, but the way I read it was, I don't think anybody in the building has any clue what's going on. So we're gonna look at all of our options on this one.
He was like, we're looking for a new vision.
And then you had a hilarious story come up yesterday about the Angels as well, which was kind of interesting. Interviewing for a manager conference or a manager job after Ron Washington lost another Ron Francis, who's like, how did I get brought into this? Ron Francis, who hasn't been mentioned on a baseball podcast ever, is wondering what the hell's going on. Sorry, Ron Washington got relieved of duties there in Los Angeles, Anaheim area. That there were some rumors. What do you think about those rumors?
I think the rumors are fucking hysterical. I cannot believe that Artie Moreno is like, you know who'd be great, like mint at managing this ballpark or this ball team? Albert Pujols. Don't worry, I got this.
When in Albert Pujols' career has he ever been like a coach type guy?
No idea. The man doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk. He doesn't move. He's just a giant statue.
I don't know. What do you have any other thoughts about that other than him standing there menacingly around 40 dudes?
My biggest problem with Albert Pujols, and it's been this way since he's come up. He's basically been lying about his age his entire life because he's had to, because he was in the Little League World Series when he was a kid. So his career was accelerated because it had to be. And I always thought that was fascinating because I'm pretty sure he was like 17 when he was in the Little League World Series, but they kept saying he was 13.
That's what they said, Kay.
Years just to win a freaking. That's what they said, Kay. That's what they did, Kay.
Okay, let's wait. Do you have anything else to say about that?
No, I'm good on that. You want to talk about wild card stuff?
Well, no. Talk about Atlanta. Talk about Atlanta.
The Braves. Oh my God. The hell happened there?
They also fell the fuck apart for no reason.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened with that team because, Chris Sale at one point was an MVP candidate this year.
He was supposed to get another Cy Young. He got a Cy Young last year. They were good last year.
Well on his way to get another Cy Young, and then the wheels fell off. What the hell happened?
I don't know. They just stopped knowing how to play baseball, I think, was part of the issue. I also think it was a lot of injuries. Because didn't Sale end up injured? Isn't that why he stopped pitching?
Well, let's see.
I don't remember.
I don't really remember. I know that they don't have a manager anymore. Brian Snitker stepped down.
He was like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
As far as that's concerned, I'm not really sure what happened outside of that, but holy shit, they just kind of fell apart. And especially late in the year, they lost a lot of games. Mariners, Braves, just, oh my God, they lost to the Pirates 2 out of 3 games, the Nationals 2 out of 3 games to end the year. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, they did not do well, TM.
Let's not forget the White Sox. They only won 60 games. They were well in the hunt for the trophy that we give out every year, the Spiders Cup. Yeah,
I mean, they did, and this sucks to say, but they improved 20 games on their record last year. The improvement is improvement. That's a 1/8 improvement.
I mean, if you only win 60 games and you won 20 more games than you won last year, I guess marked improvement is okay,
That means you're going up from rock bottom, which means you're not going down, which is what matters.
And considering how much talent they've really unloaded the last few years to other ball clubs, I'm actually kind of impressed that they won a couple extra games this year,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of unloading, Minnesota, I don't think, because we didn't have a post-trade deadline baseball episode.
No, we didn't.
We didn't get to talk about the great Minnesota fire sale of 2025.
Holy shit. No, we did not. The things that happened in the Twin Cities around the trade deadline were unbelievable. And I think they're not done yet. I think that they shopped a few extra players there at the trade deadline that will get moved here in the winter. I don't think Joe Ryan's going to be there very long. I think he'll wind up a Red Sox before December happens. I think that deal's basically done.
I also think this. I also wonder where one Mr. Pete Alonso will end up, because if it was in Boston, that would be pretty cool.
That would not suck. That would not
Would
suck
not
having
suck.
Pete Alonso here. That would not suck.
I would like that a lot, actually.
Yes, and he is just done with New York shit. They just spend money and just can't hold shit together there in New York. Like you said earlier, it's hilarious, but oh my God, he's just done with their shit and he's got to get out.
And he is. He looked at
I'm done, bro.
He looked at them losing and he was like, "Actually, I'm out. I'm out."
The meme of this guy.
Yeah, no shit.
Fades out.
Yeah, getting Thanos snapped. Like removed from New York. Either that or he does the inverse Soto and is like, Yankees, do you need infielders? And then I shoot myself.
If he go, I don't know what I would do.
Let's not kid ourselves. Who's playing first base for the oh, right, Fredward Freeman, a man who's up for retirement.
Yeah. How many years does he have left on his deal? You have any idea? I'm not. If you don't have, go ahead and look that up real quick, because I know that he had a sizable contract when they brought him in. I feel like he hasn't been there very long, honestly. But
oh God, he still has 2 years left.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the hunt.
They signed him till his 37 year.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the hunt for that Pete Alonso deal.
Yeah, no, never mind. I was gonna say that if he retires, that he would go to the Dodgers, but he's probably not retiring.
No.
Yikes.
Yeah. now, on the other hand, Pete Alonso could go to the Dodgers. He could absolutely go there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could still go to the Dodgers and
he could absolutely go there.
Do anything else? Move Freddie to DH and put Pete at first base.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're planning on. They're planning on retiring Shohei from the lineup, right? Like they're not going to have him pitch forever, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. You'd think not. He's good, but he's not like he's not as good as he was before. I don't know, getting Tommy John surgery, something that tends to radically alter pitchers.
And I like, I'm with you, and I think that they're going to keep doing what they're doing with him and just utilize him when they need to in spot starts, just to save their bullpen.
Yeah.
Because he, like you said, he's decent, but man, he's not lights out like he was before the surgery.
No, I think he's good for like, we have to have a bullpen game, but let it be a bullpen game that we don't have to worry about the first 4 innings.
And we have a hitter that we don't have to worry about. Just take up another spot on our field there. Just go ahead.
Well, that's a half decent transition into talking about the wild cards, because that's also probably all we need to say about Cincinnati is that they existed in the wild card.
They were there. They were very excited to be there, and that was all they were excited for. Apparently, they ran out of energy after the excitement.
Yep, they were there to make sure that the Mets were not there. That's end of the sentence.
Holy cow! They just folded like a flan in a cupboard. It was bad.
A flan in a cupboard?
A flan, just
like a pudding. Does not withstand the power of the cupboard. Okay, well, fuck
the Cincinnati Reds postseason.
Fell. I don't have any fun things to say about Cincinnati. Fell faster than a plate of Skyline chili to the floor. when I drop it because it's gross. Anyway, let's move
Shout
on.
out to the Bengals fans we saw on the train on the way to the game.
Oh yeah. Shout out. Hey, at least one of your teams made the playoff. The other
Right.
one's not going.
No, sorry about that. The Bengals are not good this year. Oh boy. Oh
Okay.
boy.
Let's talk about the other National League wild card match that happened. Chicago knocked out the Padres. What was your take on the umpire situation last night in Chicago? Because
It
the
wasn't
Padres
good.
did not like it.
It wasn't good. I'm not sure it deserved the treatment that they got leaving the stadium, but I understand why they were that upset. But that seemed a bit of a childish reaction to try to fight them on their way out of the game.
Bogey, you are so old. You know better.
Yes. Like, what are we doing here? We're fighting umpires on the way out. Like,
Though
why?
I did like that he was doing his press conference and he's like, "Holy fuck, I'm so excited for ABS next year. Oh, I'm so excited for ABS next year."
I mean, to be fair, so are we. I mean, we've been talking about it for a couple of years on this show.
Yeah. So is Jeff Passan. Did you see after
Mhm.
that one bad call against Bogarts, he was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for ABS next year."
Yes.
Everyone is sick of their shit.
And there's some people out there that are still like, oh, if you take the human element out of the game, it suddenly becomes robots and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's fine. Look at what tennis does.
Yeah. It's
Tennis is
robots.
just fine. Yeah. Yeah. And if I can get it a little bit more accurate in a game where statistics are immensely important, then I want it a little bit more accurate. We've got high definition TVs. Let's get it right. We've got the technology. Let's just go. Let the
Right,
players
yeah.
be the players and take the officiating out of the game.
Yeah, and you could still keep him back there for shits and like when a dude gets hit, like he could still be back there. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Let him be back there.
Yeah. He can still do this.
Yeah.
And then when he's wrong, he can
Whip ya.
sulk. You know,
That's sulky
no,
face.
that's wrong. Oh, and that's what he can do. It's fine. He goes, no, it was a ball, sir. Oh, okay. That's what he can do. It's fine.
It's his job. Umpire union, eat your heart out.
Yes.
Okay,
hell.
let's move to the American League wild card that is less important. Detroit and Cleveland, the two teams that were like whoosh, whoosh, for the lead of the AL Central. And by whoosh, whoosh, I mean they were mostly like, "Oh, you can have it. No, please, you have it. You can have it. No, please, you have it."
Two teams in the Midwest doing what the Midwest does and being friendly to other places in the Midwest. And they were so cordial. Neither one of those teams wanted to win. And it showed in the games in the wild card, honestly, that nobody really wanted that. I don't think anybody wants to play Seattle. Honestly, like they're the 2 seed, but that's only because Toronto is the number 1 seed and they were the number 1 seed the entire year. So I think it's a little bit like that scene in The Dark Knight where Joker breaks the pool stick in half and throws it between 3 dudes and is like, I only have room for 1 guy on this team. I think that's what we did here because nobody's coming out of this besides Seattle. Seattle's too good, right? So this game is these games were slightly unimportant.
Yeah, and they were super fun to watch. And they were also at 11 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. So like get fucked trying to watch them.
I am still trying to convince the timing convention that Major League Baseball has for these playoff games, like 11 o'clock in the morning and then 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, what the fuck? Doesn't the MLB want people that have jobs to watch their games?
Right, yeah. Well, and because it was like I understood why they were doing it because there was 4 games on and then you could have like all 4. But for a sport that like the wild card was entirely played during the week.
Yes.
When like Joe Schmo is at work during the week.
Yes.
Like I get not everyone is, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then what's the... Oh, starting with the next round, we moved to 2 games a day. And then the timing is still a little whack. Oh, except Wednesday when we have 4 games. Anyway.
Yeah, because then it's what, like 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock or something like that, or
Yeah.
like 3
Sunday...
o'clock and 6 o'clock or some. I remember the times are all weird again.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and then 4 o'clock and
That's
7
what it
o'clock.
is.
And then on Wednesday, we do 1, 3, 5, and 7. Which is slightly better than fucking 11, 1, 4, and 6.
I mean, I get it, and I get that you don't. They didn't have a time of year where they can really go up against college football or the NFL, so the weekdays are kind of it for them. But it's still, potentially, like, it's not great having the games during the week when people aren't paying attention, and they didn't really advertise it very well, and it's kind of hard to find. And is this going to be, they signed off last night saying that this could be the last game on ESPN. I know we're moving to Peacock, but is ESPN still in the running for some games next year?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they...
Weird.
Is it not on ESPN? Oh no, it's moving to TBS and Fox.
Yeah, it's going to Peacock and Fox.
Okay. That was whack for me, unrelatedly, because I watched MLB on the MLB app all season.
Me
and
too.
then the MLB app loses the MLB games. And I'm like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Yeah, that
How
was
dare
objectively
you?
awful.
Why would this happen to me? I want the ability to turn on the radio broadcast. I cannot listen to these motherfuckers anymore.
Some of them aren't bad. But most of the announcers that they have on TV are objectively awful. Don Orsillo always gets a game, and he's really good. But some of these guys are really terrible.
Yeah, Don Orsillo should get more games.
Don Orsillo should be and if they can get Kevin Harlan to do baseball, that would be great. But Don Orsillo should do every baseball game.
Yep. I want Don Orsillo and I want John Kruk on every fucking game.
I would tune in.
I want that crazy man.
I would tune in. I would very much tune into that because Crucky is awesome.
That shit is so funny. Okay, let's talk about...
Do we have to?
The rest... Well, yeah. I was actually about to skip it because I forgot we hadn't talked about it already.
No, let's skip it.
No. No, we can't.
Okay.
The last American League wild card, Boston loses 2-1 to the Yankees. We only got one Yankees
lose.
And now we have the
Sadness.
Red Sox lose. What do you put the likelihood of Bregman coming back next year?
He made a I don't know if you listened to any of his post-game remarks. He talked for 3 or 4 minutes about a couple of things, and they were asking about, and he did the standard stuff where it was like, obviously not the result we wanted. This team worked really hard, blah, 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 blah. And it was like 3 or 4 minutes that he waxed politically about the team and all that stuff and everything that happened. And he wound up saying something in the middle of that where he said, I was proud to wear the uniform. And it was just kind of in the middle of that. And I was like, I was proud to, or, it was an honor to put on the uniform. It was an honor to put on the uniform, I think was the exact phrasing he used. And I was like, just a little line in the middle of it. But I felt like maybe he's not coming back.
That's kind of what it has been sounding like. I'm not super happy to hear that, though. I really liked him at third. I really liked our left side. And I know we have the kids coming back up theoretically, but I don't think he was at risk for fucking what's his name? Campbell, the kid, to come back and take. Yeah. I don't think he was going to take third base from him. I don't think he should take third base from him. Not yet.
They brought him up, and he looked good for a minute, and then the rest of baseball caught on, and then he got hurt, and then he got sent down to Double-A ball, and I don't think he ever escaped Double-A ball again for the rest of the seain.
I don't believe he did.
That's not good.
I will say, not great, Bob. I will say, I think Boston will probably be better next year unless they have like a bunch of things, a bunch of people leave or a bunch of shit go wrong over the offseason. Because with, Roman Anthony being out for like the last month and he was fucking outstanding when he was
He
in
was the
there.
man. He was the
Yeah.
man.
Marcelo Meyer was fucking great when he was there. Not Roman
Yes.
Anthony good, but he was fucking great. And him getting hurt and being gone for the last couple months. So long as Story can keep it up, which fucking please God, keep it up.
He's
He
got to
was
stay
so
healthy.
good.
Finally.
Returns.
Final.
My Red Sox Story jersey doesn't look stupid anymore.
Yeah,
Yay.
I worry about him walking away too while
I
he's
don't know if
healthy.
he would.
I don't think he would, but some part of me thinks that he might while he's healthy.
Yeah, he comes back to Colorado.
In a couple of years, he'll be back in Colorado.
He's looking at Albert Pujols and I can do that. I'm gonna go manage Denver.
Could be an animatronic robot in Denver.
Warren Schaefer, get the fuck out. Anyway. No, Warren Schaefer, please stay. I liked you as a manager.
You were okay. You were good.
Please,
you were fine.
Please stick around. Do we want to say anything about the Yankees? I don't know. They existed.
They're fine. That pitcher, he's
that
talking
kid.
shit. He's talking shit all over social media today. I don't know if you caught that.
I saw something about, the only thing I've seen is that fans were hacking his family's computer. I don't know what fans that was. Oh, fan heckling of family. Never mind. I thought it said hacking.
Oh.
Online heckling of family disappointed or disappointing. Sir. Anyway.
Yeah, he posted a bunch of stuff about how he tagged a bunch of Red Sox influencers posts at different times and posted, enjoy starting Bruin seasons and that kind of thing because he's from Southie and still lives there in the off season and stuff. So we've basically created a new villain in New York because this kid is from New York and converted his whole family from Boston fans to Yankee fans. They talked about it about 800 times on the broadcast last night.
Oh,
and he was trolling influencers all day today. That's what he did.
Rad. I love that. It makes me want death, actually.
Yeah.
The good news is the Yankees can go in and immediately get fucking curb stomped by the Toronto Blue Jays.
Please do not take a giant dump, Toronto.
Baby Bobo, and Vladdy Jr. I'm going to need you guys to fucking pretend your bat is a shotgun.
Guerrero and Bichette babies. Please just fucking eat these guys for lunch. Their pitching's not that good. I promise. I just saw it.
Yeah, we also put out a kid with 3 games experience, but that was on us. They put out a kid with 3 games experience. They did that shit on purpose.
They knew what they were doing. He had the 15 games and he kept getting better. The Red Sox were like, this is what we got, bros.
Yeah. Fuck, actually. Damn.
A Joe Ryan pick would be pretty good right about then, too.
Oh, that Joe Ryan pickup would have been perfect, actually. God damn it.
Suddenly he's your number 2. Bayo's your number 3.
Suddenly Bayo's not as much of a problem. He can take a couple days off.
I know we were starting to talk about the next round, but let's talk a little bit about the rotation here.
Back that shit up, actually. That was
Cruz's
a great segue.
Your ace, right?
Yeah, he has to be.
Yeah. And Giolito's under contract, so he's got to come back. Is he going to be healthy? Like, what's going on with him? He's sort of inconsistent, but not as inconsistent as the kid.
Yeah, I think he's fine, though. What was his injury? Do we remember?
I don't remember.
Let me find him real fast. Keep talking.
And then you have this kid And forgive me, I can't remember his name because I learned everything about him I possibly could in 2 hours before the game yesterday. But
Early. His name is
and,
Early.
and he'll probably be back next year, but he's your bullpen game guy so far. I mean, his longest game was 7 innings this year. In any of his starts in between what he did in the minors coming up and what he did in the pros, he only pitched 5 innings a game in the majors. That's got to be fixed if they're going to, rely on him going forward. You need more depth there. Bayo is nice. He's so inconsistent.
Right. When he's good, he's fucking good. But when he's not good, he is ass.
Yes. He has either got it or he is not. And there's no settling him down. Like, Crochet had a couple of starts this year, especially in like August, I want to say, or late July, where he started pretty rough and then settled down, like gave up a couple of early runs, but then still chewed, 7 innings. Bayo, when he's done, you just got to get him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're in a bullpen game again.
Hooray, bullpen games. We love those.
I like Garrett Whitlock, but not that much.
Yeah. Maybe not, actually.
All right, so Toronto's going to curb stomp the Yankees. We're pretty sure of that, right? Like, there's no chance that Toronto sat for too long and they get cold and the Yankees smoke past them. There's no chance of this happening.
I mean, there's always a chance. It is still a Toronto-based team. However, I believe in the Blue Jays. They were fucking god tier all season. They were like, oh, fuck. We are good at baseball, right? And then they just kind of dog walked everybody. So I believe that they can keep it up.
I sure hope so. And then the Yankees fans can go to hell again. Did you see that kid? Did you see that kid from Iowa, Hogdale? Have you seen any Hogdale stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see he got a job?
Remember I put you on to Hogdale. No,
Yeah.
he get a job.
Fucking Barstool gave him a job.
Oh.
They flew him out after the first game, and he announced games 2 and 3 in their studio, and then they signed him on the spot.
Oh.
I know. You know what? He worked hard. He got a job that he wanted. He's a nice kid. I'm just wrong company.
Yeah, it's rough. God. That is like the one thing I'm glad about the Section 10 podcast or whatever is that they left Barstool. So it's like, yay. I can listen to this unfettered.
This still makes me feel better.
I still sometimes listen to it and I'm like, oh, okay, Jesus Christ. Fuck. I forgot you didn't necessarily leave Barstool by your own means.
You guys still think the same bullshit.
Yeah. But they know shit about the Red Sox and it's good to listen.
They do. Yeah. They are good. And they're good on social media too.
They are good. I like them a lot.
Yes.
Keeping it in the American League, Detroit and Seattle. You were saying that Seattle or whoever won Detroit and Cleveland just existed to get smashed by Seattle. As someone who has watched a 3-hour video on the history of the Seattle Mariners, oh, please God, don't say that shit. Holy fuck. Welcome to the Toronto Maple Leafs of
I know.
the MLB. Please do not say that shit. Oh my. Oh Lord.
Yeah, they're pretty bad at falling apart, aren't they? Historically.
No, they are quite good at falling apart, I would say. I would say they are quite bad at keeping it together in the postseason. For being 100%. But I mean, they have a crazy starting rotation. They have a crazy bullpen. They have crazy bats. I think they have it all good to go. I think they could, and we can talk about this later, but I think they could go very far. That being said, they are still the Mariners. So, like, what MLB Jesus decides, may or may not matter how good they are.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be closer than the other American League series, just because I think part of what carried Seattle down the stretch was a little bit of momentum. Just being in a rhythm of being able to do it every day and every day. And I don't think rest necessarily helps baseball teams with that as much as people think they do, especially when you're fairly healthy like the Mariners have been. I'm with you. I don't think that they're going to have a problem getting past Detroit. I think this is going to be a little bit of an eye opener for the Mariners. I see a 6 or 7 game series here. Because Detroit's a pretty solid team, and they do have some weapons in at least 1 or 2 pitchers. So they're going to win a game or 2. This is not going to be a sweep. I see this one going 6 games, and the Mariners win commandingly, but still get a little bit of an awakening on their way out.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then they may not lose another game after that.
Yeah. Like Toronto is good, but if the Mariners get going, if it's Seattle Toronto in the championships, what a fucking matchup. What an amazing ALCS.
That's almost the World Series right there. And that is much watched baseball for hopefully 7 games.
I was gonna say, I would say that is the World Series. National League is kind of this year.
On paper,
the AL is so much better.
Yeah, on paper, those teams look good, but they just really underperformed. And fucking Milwaukee, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's Milwaukee, Philadelphia, the Dodgers, and then like 3 chodes.
We talked about how the Blue Jays like curb stomped everybody all year and basically were in first place from the start of the year to the finish. A lot of the people who pick games didn't see that happening with the Blue Jays. Those of us paying attention to what was going on knew that this was going to happen with the Blue Jays, that they were going to be very good. Nobody saw Milwaukee being this good this year.
They had a pitcher who got fucking picked for the All-Star team after 4 games.
Yes.
Still not a ton of people were like, oh, talking about the Brewers, It was just like, see, quietly every once in a while you look over, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah. In a
97 wins.
Yeah, a weird year again. Nobody won 100 games, and I don't know if I remember a year where nobody won 100 games. But they were the highest win total of everybody at 97 games won, and nobody saw that coming.
No, not at all. But it was fucking entertaining.
It was. They were fun to watch, and I love Bernie Brewer going down the slide.
That shit is so... Do you remember that video of that announcer guy going down the slide and like breaking his arm?
Fucking snapping his arm in like 3 places.
They cut back to him and he's got a cast on. That shit is I love that one every time. Baseball announcers are so good.
Oh, yeah. When you do something 162 days out of a year on TV and try to keep it entertaining, you got to do some silly things.
Oh, fuck.
So good.
They're so good. I think they curb stomp the Cubs.
I'm with you. The Cubs had everything they could handle, and the referees on their side to beat the San Diego Padres. However, I am going back to San Diego real quick. I am very happy that they got eliminated for this pure and simple fact that I don't hate anybody really. I hate Manny Machado.
I was gonna say.
I have hated Manny Machado forever. And did you hear him like belittle a reporter yesterday after the game?
No, I didn't see anything outside of the bogey shit.
Oh my God. So the reporter, another interview after the season, and he's talking to him, and he's basically like, so how do you evaluate the year, and what are you thinking about going forward? And the guy's like, well, we lost. What kind of question do you think that is? And he just like belittles him. He's like, that's a terrible question, bro. Dude, do better. And like all this other stuff. Manny Machado, you are a bucket of scum, bro.
Do better on the field, dog. Like, yeah. I wouldn't have to ask it if you fucking win.
Right. He has always been a piece of trash, and like that kind of stuff, like leave the little guy alone. He's just asking a question. It was a worthwhile question. We're talking about the future and that kind of stuff. It's good to be retrospective right after a game. You know,
Right.
it's a fair
Right.
question. Just answer the fucking question, or just say no comment and move on.
Answer the fucking question. Stop ruining people's careers.
Yeah, don't be a dingus.
Dingus.
Hit the ball better. Anyways, I think I'm with you. The Brewers are just going to absolutely eat the Cubs lunch. However, the Brewers have been beaten by the Cubs several times in the postseason. You got some
No, you said eat and then you said lunch. I thought you were gonna say physically.
physically. Physically.
I thought you were keeping up a bit. Sorry.
Missed that one. Sorry. They're
Well,
going to eat the Cubs physically.
physically. The Cubs aren't bad. Like the Cubs are good. PCA good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And maybe maybe the Brewers also don't hold up as well to rest as we think they might. I think the Cubs win a game, but I do think they get eaten physically.
Yeah, gentleman sweep for sure. I'm with you. 4-1. 4-1.
Okay, next game, next series. I think it goes to 7. The
Mhm.
Dodgers and the Phillies.
Yeah, this is
Speaking-
the National League Championship Series right here.
I was gonna say this should be the NLCS. Unfortunately,
Neither one of these teams. I mean, the Dodgers are 8-2 going into the postseason, and then they didn't have to really do anything much in the first 2 games that they played. But neither one of these teams are like doing what they're supposed to be doing, given the amount of power that is on the roster that they have.
right? Well, and I know the Dodgers are dealing with like injuries, and Mookie back, but like Will Smith hurt, and Will Smith
Yeah.
was the best catcher almost in the league for a hot minute there. Max Muncy has 80 things wrong with him at any given moment, and it's just like they kind of keep putting him out on the field. Look, good luck, asshole. I think if they're still playing Teoscar Hernandez in right field, fucking yikes.
But he's been clutch for them at the plate.
He has been very, very good for him or for them at the plate. He is a massive defensive liability. He is the O'Neal Cruz of the Los Angeles Dodgers, I would say.
Oh yeah, he's terrible. He is absolutely wretched. I'm with you. I see this one going 7 games. Bryce Harper and his buddies, I don't think can overcome what the Dodgers have in total. So I think the Dodgers end up winning this one.
Yeah, I don't know as much about the Phillies like pitching staff. I do know, depending on what Dave Roberts gets up to, that Los Angeles bullpen can be dog water. Depending on how many times we see Tanner Scott in this postseason, might depend on how many times the Los Angeles Dodgers lose a game.
Right.
That boy is good at anything except winning a game, keeping a lead.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's move on then, and let's not talk about the championship series. Let's just skip straight to the World Series.
Okay.
Who do you got? What are you thinking? Say your thoughts.
Okay, so for me, this seems to me like you just kind of go back towards the season and see where the hot hands are. Los Angeles is hot coming into the postseason, but the Brewers have been hot all year. I think LA ends up winning just because of the experience, and they'll probably have some favorable calls from the referees. Not saying there's a conspiracy theory, but I love a good tinfoil hat. They don't want Milwaukee in the World Series. So I think the Dodgers will wind up there somehow. Give me the Seattle Mariners and the Dodgers in the West Coast World Series. And I think Seattle's going to win this one, honestly. I don't see. They're just the best team I think in baseball, and they've just developed it that way. You know, they're not obviously by record standard, but watching them, they're just a complete team. And I could see the Mariners, and I think I've stolen a little bit of your thunder here, but I'll let you wax politically about it here in a minute. I would love to see the Mariners finally get over the hump and win one.
Yeah, I'd be 100%. I totally agree with you. I think it is LA and Seattle, and I think everyone east of the Continental Divide just fucking ignores baseball for the rest of the year until like March.
Yeah.
But I think, like you were saying, the Mariners, especially since they've had some time to rest, maybe they get Wu back earlier than they thought. And I like their rotation is great. Their bullpen is great.
Yeah.
Their bats are great. They are defensively great. Even the Dodgers, who have the more experience and have like a very well put together team, they've also played a lot of baseball in the last like 3 years. And I think that the Mariners, I think they got it. Now,
so.
That being said, again, they are still the Mariners. But if we go so far as to believe that curses can be broken, then I would believe that the Mariners will win the World Series.
Well, you know, as far as talking and trying to make things entertaining, I think we're in agreement. So we're not gonna be very entertaining as far as arguing.
Hooray! I love that for us.
Cal Raleigh MVP for sure.
Yeah, I think so. It might be a little dicey, but I think he's got it.
He's just that important to that team.
Yeah. And he had more home runs, which, let's be honest, what else does the Baseball Writers Association look at?
Right. And his fat ass. What's
Fat ass. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay, that's good. That's what I want to hear. All right.
We're all good. We're all good.
All right. Well, do you have any other thoughts about baseball?
I don't. I'm very sad about the end of the year, but you know, life goes on. It's just baseball.
Life goes on. It'll be a better year next year, unless things go horribly, nightmarishly wrong over the winter. But here's hoping it'll be better next year.
Yes.
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 Okay, here's where we pimp things. I'm gonna pimp for Matt. Matt is at King Goon Smoke on TikTok and Poffle up against other places. Your Poffle time some places. Mm-hmm. My brother's an idiot everywhere. Who cares? Go find us. Go watch us. Enjoy us. Enjoy baseball, most important.
Yeah, right.
It is the best time of year for baseball.
And right now, go Toronto. That's the biggest part.
Yeah, go Toronto for the next 4 games exclusively. And then as soon as that's done, Toronto go die.
Yeah, that's fine. Once you beat the Yankees, we're good with you. You can go back to Toronto and enjoy your summer.
Yep.
Or winter, I guess.
All right. This was a good ep.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Love you, brah.
Love you.